In this video, I'm going to drive my collector's plated 1998 Acura 2.3CL 5-speed all the way from Surrey, British Columbia, Canada to Sante Fe, New Mexico. And if you don't believe me, well, I've already done it, but I didn't really record an intro before I left, so here we are. We'll do it live! Good morning. It is about 6:46 a.m. September 9th, Monday morning. So I'm traveling down to New Mexico for the 2024 National Acura Legend Meet. It's a 4-day event down there. I think this is the 19th annual one. Pretty excited for it. I love Acura Legends. Now, I don't have a Legend, but I do have a poor man's Legend. I'm going to be driving down there in my 1998 Acura 2.3CL 5-speed manual. I got this baby collector's plated. It's in really pristine condition. Check out the odometer. It's we're sitting at 112,000 kilometers right now, which is just about 70,000 miles. I've had this car for just about 2 years now, but this is gonna be the first real road trip I've taken with it. We gotta get going. I've got like 10 hours to do today. My plan is to make it to Ontario, Oregon and stay the night there, which Ontario, Oregon is basically right at the border to Idaho. So that's about 10 hours. And like, that's not, not without stopping. So yeah, we're just gonna do this thing. I guess you guys will get to see a little bit of Canada. Just kidding, guys. We're not going to see much of Canada today. We're already at the border. Well, we've officially made it across the border. We're here in a little place called Blaine, Washington. From here, we just got to hook onto the I-5, and we're basically going to take that down to Seattle. I've always been a fan of CLs, but they're very, very rare in a 5-speed manual, and only the 4-cylinder CL comes in a manual. Getting some rain here now. Back in 2021, I was actually working at a Mazda dealer at that time, and a CL got traded in, a 99, a 2.3CL, and believe it or not, it was a 5-speed. And they were gonna wholesale it. They let me buy it at wholesale price, so it was like 500 bucks. Needed a little bit of work, but obviously for that cheap, I was happy to do it, and it was actually in pretty good condition. Just needed some mechanical stuff. Anyways, unfortunately, after I fixed a bunch of stuff on it, I barely got to drive it, and then the block cracked on it. Initially, I was thinking about replacing the engine in it. I owned an 01 Accord for a while. I was going to take the engine out of that and put it in the blue CL. But then, as luck would have it, one day I was just perusing through Craigslist, and I found this car. I see this ad. I'm like, oh, 98 2.3CL. I click on it, 101,000 kilometers. Oh my God, it looks super mint. And then I was like, oh my God, it's a 5-speed. And it was $3,200, guys. So I dropped what I was doing. I ran and bought it. It was a nice guy that I bought it from. He was the son of the actual owner, selling it because the owner was an elderly lady who wasn't driving anymore. But yeah, a little one owner, little granny kept car. I did do front and rear pads and rotors, thermostat, starter motor. I think that's all I've had to... Oh, the driver's window regulator did break last summer. I had to replace that. Put new tires on it. But yeah, it's just... everything works. It's basically mint condition. So I'm just going to follow this, I guess, up and over the mountain now. Well, I stopped for lunch here at Lake Easton State Park. Looked like it might be a good place to stop and eat lunch on Google Maps. And it was about halfway, not quite halfway, but almost. And it did not disappoint. It is beautiful here. Since we got through the mountains here, the weather's really changed. Sun's out now, and it's got to be at least 10 degrees warmer. I could spend a lot more time here, but it's 12:35 and we got a lot more miles to put down today, so better head back to the car and get back on the road. Well, the terrain's definitely starting to change now, and it's getting much warmer. I officially have the AC on. But I'm taking a little detour off the main highway here. I found on Google Maps what looks like some really cool twisties through the canyons here, and it looks like it follows a river. It looks like it's really scenic and a fun looking drive. Let me know if any of you guys have driven this road before. Canyon Road in Washington. Oh, this is really cool. Oh wow, look at this. Oh good, this guy's turning off. There we go. Now we can open her up a bit. Tow truck. Don't worry, we're driving an F-Series. We won't be needing one of those. Well, we would be if this was an automatic. Oh, I just passed the other end of the sign of Canyon Road, so I'm in some place called Prosser, Washington or something. Getting a little warmer, 33 degrees Celsius out now. It's about 3 p.m. and I still got about 3 or so hours to go, so. And that bridge we just crossed, we have entered Oregon. I forget what that bridge was called, but we are officially in Oregon. I'm in a little town called Pendleton, Oregon. starting to get real smoky out. But I've only got about 180 more miles to go or so. I don't know, 2.5 hours maybe. So I'm just outside, or I'm just entering Baker City now. It's real smoky here. It's been smoky for a while. It's nasty. Don't know what that place is, but that look, oh, cement plant, bro. Okay, I guess it's a cement plant. That's pretty cool. It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I just saw a sign that says entering Mountain Time Zone, so it's 6:38 for me, but it's actually 7:38 now. We're almost there. Got about 25 minutes. All right, we've made it. We're in Ontario, Oregon, and that is my hotel. That was a long day of driving. And we just got to wake up tomorrow and do this all over again. And then again the next day. Could someone explain this to me? Okay, this is getting weird. I thought it was just that lamp. Why are these sockets so big? Good morning, it is day 2 of the road trip. I just stayed at a hotel here in Ontario, Oregon, and that hotel was, well, it was definitely the base model hotel, let's just say that. It wasn't the LS or GS, that's for sure. But anyways, I'm anxious to go south and get out of this smoke. As you can see, the smoke's really bad here. I think it should dissipate once I get a couple hours south. Destination for today is Green River, Utah. So let's get on the road. Oh, and I checked my oil level this morning. Level's still perfect, hasn't gone down or anything. CL's doing well, no issues. Okay, so day 2, we are on the road. I just left Ontario, Oregon, and I just passed the sign that said, "Welcome to Idaho." So I am now officially in Idaho. GPS says about 8 hours and 20 minutes or so to Green River, Utah, which is where I'm staying tonight. So not as long as yesterday, which was like 10 hours, so that's nice. I also learned that if you're at Subway in the States and you want white cheese, you have to say American cheese. In Canada, they ask if you want white or yellow cheese, or white or cheddar cheese. So I asked for white cheese, and the lady looked at me like I was an alien. And she was like, "Do you mean American cheese?" And I was like, yeah. I ain't from around here, ma'am. Well guys, I am finally through Salt Lake City. That took a long time. I guess I happened to be passing through Salt Lake City right at rush hour, so that was brutal. I didn't really film. I got a little bit of footage when I was first entering the city, but once my batteries died on my GoPro and I was in the middle of like a 6-lane traffic jam, and I didn't really have anywhere to pull over and change the batteries. And if I took an exit, the on and off ramps were so lined up, I was like, oh my god, there's no way I'm doing that. The road is soaking wet here. It's been raining. There's a bunch of dark clouds now. It's not raining right now, but was not that long ago. Oh no, it is raining. Just passed someone going the other direction, driving a new Pilot, or it might have been a Passport. Either way, I hope they make it to wherever they're going without transmission issues. Oh, here comes the rain. Oh, is it done already? Might be. Look at that, it washed all the bug splats off my windshield. How convenient. Well, this Green River is sure out in the middle of nowhere. But apparently I'm only 12 minutes away, so we're almost there, thank God. My little Bluetooth mod that I did on this stock CD player, which I do have a video about if you want to see how I did it, that's been working great. I can listen to my music, so I soldered a Bluetooth chip in, and I'm able to pair it to my phone. I can listen to my music over Bluetooth from my phone through the stock stereo. And then of course when I've got my Google Maps on, it reads me the directions over the speakers, so that's been working really well. This is the middle of nowhere, oh my God.
In half a mile, take exit 160 for I-70 Business Loop 1, Utah 19 toward Green River.
Yeah, see how good that works? It's basically like this CL has navigation. I ain't no peasant.
Take the next left, then your destination will be on the right.
Oh, what do we got here? New Corvette. We got a limo in the park. 2 limos? Well, I guess all the high rollers stay here. Holy. This just seems like a big hotel for the middle of nowhere. Huh. This place is fit for an Acura owner. So as you can see, remember these from last night? They fit fine here, just like they do at home. So it was just that sketchy hotel. These would be like the sockets were too big. These would just shake around. We seem to be starting the morning off with some thunder. Like there must have been some rain this morning with the thunder that I heard. Green River, Utah. Oil level's still all good. Doesn't look like it's gone down at all. 1,000 miles now. So glad I bought this bra. It is so worth it. It collects all the bug splats, and then I can just go to like a, one of those drive-through self-serve car washes and wash that off. The actual car is staying pretty clean. I can just rinse it. I basically just have to clean the bra and the windshield. The rest of the car looks still pretty clean. Just needs a rinse now because it rained last night, so it's a little water spotted. Now we are just going to go to Thompson Springs, which is apparently a little abandoned town that's only about 20 minutes from here. Just take a quick peek at that, get some shots hopefully. And then after that we're just going to head straight to Sante Fe, New Mexico. Hopefully it should only be about 7.5-ish hours today.
Turn right onto Frontage Road, East Old Highway 6, then you will arrive at your destination.
This is the place I saw on Google Maps, and I was like, I gotta get a picture of the CL there. Of course it's raining, even though the sun is out. Oh, there's like a shop back in there. Someone's working in there, I guess. Check it out. First issue the car has had, well, it's not really an issue, it's very minor. This is a Canadian specific issue for these cars. Do any of you guys know what that is? Well guys, we're getting there. It says I'm an hour and 6 minutes away. I gotta say, driving through New Mexico has not been as nice as like the other states. There's no signs. You'll see a gas station and then you're like, okay, is there going to be another gas station around the corner or not for 150 miles? Who knows? The route I took through northern New Mexico, Highway 550, was definitely my least favorite part of the drive. While it was the most direct route from Utah to Sante Fe, I wouldn't take that highway again. There weren't very many places you could stop and even less places you would want to stop. The few towns it did go through were pretty run down and frankly seemed a little sketchy. On the rare occasion I would actually see a highway sign, they were always riddled with bullet holes. I guess people take riding shotgun quite literally down here. I really didn't get much footage there because it got to the point that I didn't want my GoPros visible anymore because multiple vehicles with no plates had pulled up beside me and stared intently at me through the windows. I guess they don't get a lot of collector's plated Canadian Acuras down here. One other thing, I've noticed there's a lot of speed traps in New Mexico, which is fine, but Google Maps just told me there was a speed trap coming up, so I looked down to make sure I'm not speeding. But then I'm like, well, I don't even know what the speed limit is. I haven't seen a speed limit sign in 45 minutes. Seems to be a shortage of, there's nothing, look, there's no signs anywhere. I don't know where you are, what the speed limit is, when a gas station is, when a town's coming. So glad that I'm almost there, under an hour. Let me tell you, I am done with driving. I am so glad I am almost at the National Acura Legend Meet, where we're going to do a bunch of driving.
You have arrived.
That's it. Oh yeah, this is the place. I see a bunch of Legends. We are definitely at the right place. Check out all the Legends. By the time I got there, most of the group was at a restaurant down the street having dinner, so I walked down and joined them, and that was followed by a hangout in the parking lot where I started meeting everyone for the first time and seeing all the Legends up close. The next morning would be the first cruise and the first official day of NALM.
CL.
I do. All right, so we're just here in the hotel parking lot and we're about to set out for our first little drive. It's just a short one today, which I'm fine with because I'm pretty burnt out from driving from the last 3 days, to be honest. And we're going to a little place called Blackbird Saloon in Cerrillos, New Mexico. Should be fun. It's going to be fun cruising in this pack of Legends. Hopefully I can keep up with all these V6s in my little 4-cylinder. It did on that last leg of the trip finally burn a little bit of oil. I had to add about a half liter. So I'll have to keep an eye on that going forward. Check out this lineup of Legends. Oh, this is so cool. 4 cars up, we've got our lone representative with a first-gen Legend. I was surprised that only one person here has a first-gen Legend. All the others are second-gen. One thing that's pretty funny is I think a lot of the cars here are the actual cars from a lot of the pictures that I found on the internet that I used in my Acura Legend deep dive video.
Turn left onto Railroad, then turn left.
I know you both, and I know you as a very admirable person. Yeah. I know Alma flew into Orlando several years ago at the meet.
I'm sure a lot of you recognize this Legend.
Okay. What?
No, this is a different piece.
Yeah. Well, it just so happens that this is like.
Bring it up like that. It's not as bad as trying to, right off.
I thought outside 22 hours.
Okay, stand right here and look very carefully.
Yeah, so
Look at the doors. Yeah, look at the doors. It's all tilted a couple degrees. You see it?
Yeah.
The
not a
doors are
couple,
all.
more than a couple.
Okay. Well,
It's like
yeah.
the foundation.
So the
is
whole
like
thing is just
shifted.
yeah.
Another question is this building leaning on this building?
No, but that's like stone, so that can
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, because it was college, 07. And in 97, these were a 2.2 liter, and then in 98 they went 2.3. This is the one that everybody should have bought instead of the 3 liter. We got kind of duped.
So we got Tyson taking my CL for a cruise.
This is bringing back memories. I had a Milano red 99 5-speed 2.3. Love that car. I think, like so many Acuras of the 90s, they are extremely underappreciated.
Yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Just the parts availability is good.
Yeah.
Mostly Accord stuff.
Yeah.
The design for its time was polarizing, but has become quite attractive. I mean, when they pulled out the, this is not going to be what we're doing right now, dirt road. I don't think you came to the Southwest to bottom out your suspension. But yeah, when they brought the CLX concept to the Peterson Museum at Radwood a few years ago, people were awestruck with that thing. And what they didn't realize is that that concept car largely is what evolved into this and stayed true to, you know, its characteristic lines, those really hard, you know, creases in the trunk and so forth. It's awesome. But yeah, the fact that this thing just drove, I don't know, 2,000 miles and it's running like,
no issues
around the block. There's something about Honda manual transmissions you can get in any car with a stick, and it's like second nature.
Yeah.
Don't even have to think about it. Slick. I think I might have to take this home. What do you want for it?
No, I can't sell it.
Yeah, this is a great daily. I mean, if you had a family in car seats, that could be another story, but this thing is perfect. And there's a lot of the common switchgear. I mean, even like the moonroof design and
Yeah.
button, all of the power mirror controls, all this stuff is very shared.
Yeah.
There's so many other cars of that vintage.
A lot of it is 5th gen Accord stuff. Guess I'll just follow these guys. There's Tyson. Our lunch spot for the day was Mineshaft Tavern in Madrid. It was a pretty cool place and pretty decent food.
Go through to the left. Yeah. Okay.
Real deal.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hit my head.
See some stars.
After lunch, we returned to the hotel where we had a couple of hours free time, so I took the time to unbox my new toy I had bought for myself. You see, believe it or not, I bought a new Honda product. Oh god, no, not one of their cars. I bought the new Honda Moto Compacto electric scooter. I rode one of these a couple weeks ago at work because the owner of my dealership brought one up from the States, but you actually can't buy these up in Canada. I'm not gonna lie, it was fun to ride and I kinda wanted one. Since I was traveling to the US, I decided impulsively to buy one and bring it back to Canada. Since they're not available up here, I thought it would be rather unique to have one. So I unboxed it and got it all set up. And as you can see here, this is totally still in my hotel room and definitely not me pretending to take it out of the box for the first time at home because I forgot to film the unboxing in Sante Fe. Once it was ready to go, I slapped one of my Acura Advice decals on it and clamped on my GoPro so I could record a first-person view of riding it around the hotel parking lot. And also so I could get a lot of weird looks from other hotel guests.
Chris, you got it charged up?
I did.
You charged it yet?
Yeah, it's like 4 bars.
All right, we got to see who's 0 to 60. 0 to 15 is
0 to
better.
15.
But are we going to go downhill or uphill? Because we got a disadvantage. Oh yeah. Let's just go up this way.
Okay.
You guys racing?
Yeah.
We're going to the Chrysler on the end.
Okay.
Oh, you already labeled it with your sticker? Jeez Louise.
I did, I had to.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, it's a close one.
Tyson won the race,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure it was fair. After all, if you guys watched his Moto Compacto video, then you know that he has a Type S.
Yeah, I don't have a Type S, I just have a base model.
I should have brought a Red H to put on mine.
Give it a whirl. He's got it.
Piece of cake.
People just stare at you and they're like, are you riding a briefcase, a folding table?
And he
thank
he
you.
like ships
Yeah,
them
sure.
worldwide, but he makes like really good quality and they're like 20 cents a decal.
We pronounced the decal. in the
Oh,
States.
yeah.
But,
Oh, I-
but no, when I watched your video, so I knew what you were saying. Because when did you mention it? Oh, the SIR emblem for your Civic.
Yeah.
You used just a portion of it, right? Like
Yeah.
you cut it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is a decal? Oh, decal.
See, I keep that. I get comments all the time where people will say that I'm pronouncing stuff wrong, but I didn't realize so many words were pronounced differently between.
There
like,
are
Canada
quite a
and
few
US.
that don't cross over.
Yes, I knew they would be. And I said, that's what happens when you don't come. Yeah.
Day 2. This is the big driving day. Probably doing about an hour and a half of driving today, I think over 100 miles. And we got the whole crew of Legends rolling out here. In front of us we got the 3.5 RL. Unfortunately, I would only make it about 5 minutes into the day 2 cruise before I would have to turn around. I was feeling very unwell. I had not slept at all that night and I started having stomach cramps and a splitting headache. When I still couldn't sleep that day after returning to my hotel or that night, I realized I was suffering from altitude sickness. Sante Fe is pretty high elevation. But on my second night there, I actually developed something called altitude insomnia, where you literally can't fall asleep due to how your breathing changes. Every time I would start to doze off, my brain would panic surge me back awake thinking I wasn't breathing. It was literally impossible to fall asleep. It was very unpleasant. From what I've read, while headaches and shortness of breath are fairly common at this elevation, actual altitude insomnia is pretty rare. I guess I'm in that small percentage. Lucky me. Well guys, it's dealer day. We are cruising down to Montano Acura, I think it's called, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm pretty sure Albuquerque is about 2,000 feet lower elevation than Sante Fe, thank God, because this is killing me. I actually missed out on the drive yesterday, which was the big 160-mile cruise, which was over the big scenic bridge, which kind of sucked. I really wanted to do that, but I just haven't been able to sleep up here. So I'm actually going to stay at a hotel in Albuquerque. Will be low enough that I feel a little better there because I haven't slept literally at all the last 2 nights. And tomorrow I need to drive 7 hours back to Utah. Obviously I can't do that on no sleep, so I just picked a really nice hotel that's really close to the dealer we're going to, and I'm just gonna have to crash there after. I like to see downhill. Get me down. Dealer day was a really fun day. Montano Acura and Albuquerque let us display all our cars in their front lot and showroom. We all voted on our favorite Legends for different categories. The dealership staff also presented a Dealer's Choice Award for their favorite Legend. This event was open to the public so that local Acura fans could come check out the cars as well. I don't really remember how many outside people showed up though, because I'd been awake for so long I was barely coherent at this point. But I had just enough functioning brain cells left to stumble around like a Gen Z zombie with phone in hand on record, so join me as I drool over some of my favorite Legends at the show. Randomly, we got an Acura Vigor driving by. that car should be here right now. Hey look, it's a Cadillac Lear. I mean an Acura ZDX. Well, at least there's one new car here with a proper transmission. I'm proud to say that the winner of the Dealer's Choice Award went to my fellow Canadian Al, who had driven his pristine Canadian spec 91 sedan all the way from Edmonton to be here. Hard pass. Well, this hotel we're staying in tonight is actually a decent size. I am staying in Albuquerque, New Mexico tonight, and I will be starting my journey home tomorrow. Had an absolutely great time at the National Acura Legend Meet. There's the shirt. These are really nice shirts we got, actually. I really like them. Minus the altitude sickness. Mostly everyone else is actually gonna stay tonight, one more night in the hotel up in Sante Fe, but I couldn't take that elevation anymore. I need a good night's sleep since I got to drive 7 hours tomorrow back to Utah. I'm going to stay in Green River again on my way home. But I did make it to the dealer day today here in Albuquerque, and I am feeling much better. I feel like a piano's been lifted off of my chest, and I've got about 30 IQ back.
I've seen in the past, even with my experiences traveling to Colorado and back, that when you come from a very low elevation to a high elevation, it can really mess you up. And you can get high altitude sickness, you can just pass out randomly like my daughter did in Colorado right on Nancy's feet. And unfortunately we had someone this year come down with a high altitude sickness and was not able to be with us here tonight, but I think he's in Albuquerque working his way back to Canada this in a few days. But I was going to give Chris in person, Chris Malichuk, the high altitude survivor.